dark. I don't know. We're going live though. We're live. Hey, good morning. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. It is 9:06 a.m. on a Saturday. This is our 320th episode. Yeah, it's not 5 a.m. in the morning, but it is a Saturday, so I'm giving myself the benefit of the doubt. Let's read a lot of stuff. Just went off on some tangents a couple of times, and I realized someone had turned off my other computer, so I had to turn that back on. And I was just reading stuff, a lot of stuff out there in the world. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all safe. I hope you're going to enjoy the weekend or are enjoying the weekend, depending where you are in the world. Reflecting on stuff in the past, what's in the future, where we're going, things like that. But still having some fun. And this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, where we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way. We are going to do some Mentos Coca-Cola stuff this weekend, just because I got a lot of that stuff around, and it's going to be a nice weekend, and we got to have some fun. I am going to put a frog video out on TikTok, and I'll put it on here because we do have frogs. Our little tadpole frog experiment is working with the family. The kids, Isabel, he doesn't have a tail anymore. So I'll share a picture of that little video clip, and but we're really here to talk about Scrum and Agile. But the mission, like the fortune cookie said the other day, was to be able to get home to have spent a little bit of time. It was interesting the way the wording on that fortune cookie was, but I don't think I have it anymore. I probably threw it out. About, having some fun with the family. It doesn't mean all fun all the time. And that's something I was reflecting on this morning. And I got to update some things myself. But today, what are we talking about Scrum and Agile? Two things. I want to talk about being a little more peppy and something you don't put into the Scrum Master classes. You got to have a little. That's why I'm the Agile cheerleader. Got to have some energy, some happiness. You can't be you can't be all grumpy all the time. And very sad and very monotone and blah blah. Right. So anyway, especially if you're talking all the time. God, some Scrum Masters, they want to talk all throughout their daily Scrum and their meetings and their events, but they are the most monotone people on the planet. And I'm like, yeah, you should definitely give up, do what we do. And then the other thing, time box, sharp edges, sharp lines. Why do we call them time boxes? Why don't we call them time soft, fluffy little edge things that don't have any edges, that are jello? There's a reason. So we'll talk about those two things. Okay. So Scrum Masters. You have to have a little bit of pep. You have to have a little bit of enthusiasm. Don't make it fake, but be happy a little bit. Sometimes you have a bad day and you just tell everybody, hey guys, I'm in a bad day. I'm going to let you run the show. At least hand it off and tell everybody what you're going to do and why you're going to do it, so they can do it. See, because I sat in a meeting the other day, a couple daily scrums, and it was a very monotone, I want to go to sleep discussion. Got to be happy a little bit. If you're not happy with what you do, you should do it, right? But one of the things they don't tell you in the Scrum Master's Guide book, How to Be a Scrum Master, is have a little enthusiasm, a little encouragement. There's days when it goes, I've done stuff for years. Things have worked out. Things have not worked out. There's a little truth on both sides. I can't paint it all as a bunch of roses. But you work through it and you get out and you learn from it and you appreciate what you did. But you need to be peppy. You need to have some energy. Hey, I hope everybody had a great night's sleep. Today we got a new day, shining day. We're going to see what we got. When we go with blockers, we're going to try to help each other. If you have any problems, let's work together. Let's make it happen. So when I say let's work together, let's make it happen, that's more happier than, well, you're blocked. Why didn't you tell anybody? What are we going to do? I don't know. Do you know what we're going to do? I don't know. It's more like, hey, let's get in. Okay, you got a blocker. Who can help them out? We're going to work this out, and we're going to be a little more energized in our conversation. The tough part is in the Zoom meetings and all these online video meetings. It's on the phone. but you can still have a positive attitude through your voice inflections through the phone. When I'm in a daily scrum, we're all there. Everybody, hey, cool. I'd be like, thumbs up, great idea. I appreciate it. That was a great piece of feedback. Okay, Jimbo or Jane, you're next, right? But having that little bit of energy and say, hey, thanks. That was great. Perfect. Very well informed, and let us know if you need anything, right? And just having those voice inflections throughout the conversation, work on it. Videotape yourself with those inflections. Or you're all monitoring all the time. How do you do that? How do you change your voices, right? How do you change your energy profile? Record yourself during daily scrum. That is an awesome idea. You don't have to share with everybody. Maybe it's against the law in some places, but it doesn't hurt to record yourself when you're on the phone in daily scrum. Just have a recorder, your phone, your iPad, whatever. Just record your voice, how you're doing it during the thing, and play it back and see how you sound on the other side of the phone, because you don't know until you sit on the other side of the phone. Okay? So that's point one. Just be warm and peppy as a Scrum Masters, running these things. Record yourself. Listen to your voice. Are you being energized? Are you just the most monotone person who should just shut up? Just checking, right? It's not in the book. It's not in the class. It's something you have to realize that, because you're a leader. Leaders cannot be monotone. All right. So now, the other one. Fluffy, fluffy time boxes. We call them time boxes for a reason. It didn't say, it says time box. What is a box? If I go on the web, it's four equally distant lines on all sides, edges, right? Lines are very sharp, very pointed. They aren't fluffy fluffies, right? I probably should draw it if I had my thingies. No, of course not. Of course not. I really don't want to use my guy to clean this guy off. Oh, I use my hand. I got one. I got a little whiteboard. I use a whiteboard, and I'm going to use my fingers. There we go. Perfect. So, time box, right? Time box, right? Pull this down a little bit. And I got my summertime shirt. Time box, right? Time box. Green is a terrible color on that screen. Do I use red? I have a whole stack of black ones, but I really don't want to open it up, but I guess I have to. See, I got a whole box. Because when I left the office, because I buy most of my stuff, I took it home with me. Did not, I'm watching this thing. It's going down. Not going to be good. Okay, time box. That look better? Yeah, it looks much better. Time box. Ooh, it looks 3D. It's a box with very sharp edges. Edges. Right? Sharp edges, right? It's not a fluffy box. Fluffy box. Fluffy box that has jello. Ooh, jello. All around it. Right? So you can go in and out. Like a virus memory on the coronavirus. It's very distinct. Start and it's equal sides. So the time box is supposed to be the same every time. Same. It's terrible writing. Same. S-A-M-E. Same. Means equal. Equal, right? And it's a hard stop. That's a time box. That is not a time box. That is a fluffy thing. What does this describe? Definition. This one has a definition of done. No. try. No. Team agreement. And you know what? I feel bad because I got to put this up on podcast later. So the problem is I'm drawing all this stuff on here, and you can see it in the video, but the people in the podcast cannot see it, which doesn't help any. So I wrote the word time box. I drew a square, and I drew a fluffy box. So you imagine in your mind what a fluffy box looks like. Fluffy box, not a time box. A fluffy. It's not even a box. It's a blob. I'm just gonna erase it. It's not a box. It's a blob. Fluffy blob. So is your team doing a fluffy blob, or you're just doing a time box? Time box, always the same size, same time, repeatable, similar. All four sides are the same. Every time you hit it, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Got a sharp edge. Start done. Key to a time box. A definition done. A team agreement. A fluffy blob. No team agreement. It's jello on the outside. No definition of done. Which team are you? Which team is your time box? Is it a fluffy blob or is it an actual box? Right? And I don't want to get on the whole thing about time. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I did write my notes. I don't want to be draconian like time boxes. Hey, good morning. Security, Haywood. Hey, how we doing? Good morning. And if you're looking for Coke things, I will send them. We're going to do them this weekend. We'll do a couple Coke Mentos experiments. But the time box, right? What I see a lot of teams doing. Oh, well, I just got one more thing done. Maybe you took on too much stuff in your time. You're supposed to figure out stuff that fits in the time box and get it done and per your definition done and your team agreement to get it done in the time box. If you're a Scrum Master and you're letting the time box break apart, you're going to lose it's just going to fall apart. Sooner or later, it's going to get worse and worse and worse, and it gets to where we are today in the world. Because people they get sloppy. And every once in a while, you have to bring it back to what the time box is. You have to revisit your team agreement, revisit your definition done, revisit your success. But that's okay. I actually encourage all my teams, all my Scrum Masters, every couple months, every 6 months, whatever, revisit all your agreements. Are they still valid? Are they working? Especially if you're not meeting any of those time box issues. Like if you're not getting work done, if your daily scrums are taking 20 minutes, 30 minutes longer, or your sprint planning sessions just not ready, all those agreements that you have for your team, if that starts falling apart, go revisit them. And since it is Saturday, I'm going to say it's time to go. But don't be draconian, because I am going to talk about that tomorrow, about the obsession with time. And I'm watching people do things, and Scrum Masters are so obsessed with time, but they didn't do a good job facilitating nor planning their meeting in the first place. And they didn't give their team enough time to actually do it. And it sounds so abrupt and so bad. It's just like, I'm trying to, we only got a half hour. Well, maybe you need more than a half hour. Maybe you need to talk about more specific things. Maybe you need to help to become more successful in the meeting. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. So that's the topic for tomorrow. With that, I'm going to say good day. Have a good weekend. Have some fun. Have a little bit of fun, like the fortune cookie says. Don't work all the time. That my kids say, you're on the computer all the time, Dad. Any advice with dealing with time with super busy POs? Oh yeah, I can give you a whole bunch of that. Super busy POs. One, don't have 2-hour refinement sessions. Don't have 1-hour meetings. Pick a topic, a story or two. Have a 15-minute meeting with them. Most POs can do 15-minute meetings. Break down your time you want to have them. Have a specific agenda, right? Make it smaller. That's how I fix it, because they're really busy. So I just take a little piece at a time and very specific, and I don't deviate. And as soon as you're done, here's how you make them happy. Here's the secret sauce. Get it done early and say thank you for your time, and we'll talk later. Don't just throw crap on there above and above the allocated agenda items for that small time box. And the other thing, so that really is the key, because they're going to come back if you really show them you respect their time and their insight and what they want to do. That'll work. The other thing is demos. Do not wait to the last day of the sprint to demo. Make the demo smaller. Find ways of getting feedback from the customer. Everybody thinks it's all one massive demo. Not necessarily true. Find ways of getting feedback from the PO on what work that's being done. Smaller pieces and very specific, right? Snapshots, drawings, share, and things like that. Does that help? Cool. You're welcome. I could do a whole show on product owners. I probably, if you go through all the things, I'm trying to make a playlist of all my product owner stuff. I think after I hit a whole year's worth of shows, I'm going to start taking the splicing a lot more stuff and just peppering topic areas. So that'll be good. Glad it worked. You have a great day, and text me on LinkedIn. We'll talk more. We'll see when we'll do some topics on product owners. All right. Have a great weekend. Enjoy, and you all take care. And have a good weekend. If I can't type, it's because I can't see. All right. Take care. Bye. Enjoy the weekend. See ya.